Okay, if you see this, you realize that we are watching at a front end, okay, of a car. I don't know, whatever, which car you want, I don't care. And we are having basically a part of this front part of this car. Okay, good. All right. So what we will do, we will be concentrated on the hood, because when we put a core, we put the core on the front windshield, but also on the hood and everything everywhere else of the car. Okay. So this is our windshield base. All right. This is our hood. You see, I'm cleaning up my lines now. I want to make that hood really nice. Okay, I'm just making a very basic design, nothing exceptional. I just want to make it sure that it looks okay in perspective, so that you can. All right. So you see, now we have our top view of this hood. Okay, let me read a few comments. Again. I like the approach with the Cadillac the moment you posted on. Oh, thank you. Thanks. So now let's look at the section of this hood. Okay. So if I start drawing sections, okay, I will have a very light section like that on top. Okay. Right. And then one like that here. Then I can make another section here. It's important to draw the section on your drawings, because you understand the shape, the form. You really know what you are doing. So, can you see? Now, you can feel that shape now. Can you? Tell me yes or not. Do you see the shape already, just with the section? Meanwhile, this wheel should be bigger. Okay, so here, I guess we would do this. Means that the shape on top of the fender, it's like this, and then it becomes more vertical here. So we will have a sort of line like that. And on the side, it will become again kind of vertical. You see there? So, if I continue on the front, my section would be like this. right? You see, it's like we have a wood model of our front end. Now, when you give this sketch to a modeler, whether it's a software virtual modeler or a real modeler, manual modeler on wood, on clay, material, or other stuff, he will know what to do. Because like this, you express yourself really well. So after, on top of this, you can make your graphics, your front grille, you know, all that stuff. But let's talk about the volume. Now let's give a little bit of line quality, okay? Now we work a little bit line quality. That's why I made my pencil very sharp again, okay? So let's do it. I also add some details that are very important to make everything more believable. Now let's do a little bit of sculpture, okay? As we say always, the core is the darkest spot because it's the sky concentration or the air compression concentration, whatever you want. But anyway, it's really dark. Look. Look how it's turning. That is the core. And this is the reflection. So, to show you that that's the reflection, I almost got the wrong marker. Shit. Sorry. Let's use a gray marker, okay? This is my reflection. And then I have another reflection on the side here. There you go. Okay. You see? So now we have the core onto the windshield. Yes, Zeynep, I'm Italian. I guess that my accent once again betrayed me. It's fine, no problem. And now we have to put the core here on this hood. Let's do it. And you see, I did not put the core onto the radius here. I did not put, because the core doesn't follow inside the radius there. The horizontal radius is going to be done like that. Look. You see? Because that's a cylinder, horizontal, small cylinder, tiny cylinder. And then we go on this surface, which is kind of vertical, that has its reflection here, and then we'll have its core here. And I make it a little bit darker. You know why? Because I want to create a sort of a contrast between the vertical and the top. You see, now we can see that it's turning, the surfaces are turning. Is it clear so far? I think that I won't be able to sketch like this anytime soon, but I will do my best. Well, actually, you have to exercise. You know what I mean, because I know how you work. I mean, I saw your work. You are making progress, but that's how you should do. If you really like car design sketching, you should get rid of your bad habits and come back to this, because this is the real right way to start. Then you apply your styling, whatever you want. Little shading here. Okay? And then here, because we have, you see this type of core shading and value, those two surfaces are facing the light exactly the same way. You know, look at the section here and the section here. They're almost parallel. Therefore, what we did here, it's going to be done here too. But we have the car. So now this is, let's say, a very simple shape, okay? Very simple shape. Now let's make a more complex shape, because that's when the big problems arrive. When we have a very nice design with lines, character lines, shapes that change, and then it's the time to sketch or to render reflections and the core and everything, we are a little bit stuck because it's so complicated that we don't know where to start and how to do it. So I take again mine, original. Okay, so this one is the number one. Okay, this is the number one. Now let's make the number two. I put a little bit more over here so that I can complete the car. So now let's do again. Let's do again. Okay, so this. Okay, looks better, this one. It's already better. Wow, I'm happy. Now let's do, wait. I want to do something that looks more. So the shape is much nicer now, eh? You see, few lines. I have only few lines. Look. But it looks much better. Even the perspective is better. More dynamic. And now we have to do something that makes it look, how can I say, a little bit more complicated with a more modern design, of course. I make a bigger windshield, bigger one. You see, I went here before we were there because it's gonna look much better. Look, I draw my center line, always my center line, always. Draw always your center line section because that one helps you to understand what the hell you're doing. Let's say that we have on this car, we have a front grille, okay? And our grille will generate those two lines on the hood. So if I draw the section as we did before, you know, let's make the first section. It will go like that, okay? Always a little bit spherical because the hood is never flat. And then on the side here, it's coming up. And then it comes down. Same thing on the other side. And in between those two, we have a nice radius. Okay. All right, so we have also an indication for our wheel. Now I'm making a little detail here at the bottom, as you can see, to make that bumper a little bit more, a little bit lighter. Can you see the difference? I show you here. You see, I just changed the section there. I made in a way that I have this part that gets here and the front part that comes inside, underneath there. You know, we can imagine we have an air intake or something like that. So, do you like it so far? What do you think? Because now we're gonna do something really nice. I'm gonna go back with my chalk and I will show you how we're gonna place the core all over. You will like it because here we did with the pencil because it was just an exercise, quick exercise to explain again the method, you know, the how can I say, the practical thing. But here we are really gonna do it. Besides the line quality and the sketch overall, it's much better. So let's try. All right. Okay, it's coming. Let's not forget the trunk, the back. Now we have to find also the dark blue, which I have for the glass. Here we go. Then I use a kind of gray to complete the glass here. You see? Then, now that I wait that it dries, okay? It's important because unless I'm gonna make a mess, I don't want to make a mess. Thank you, Urgen, thank you. So now I will use again the same light blue I used to give the second layer, because now we had to create the lighter and darker values. I take again a little bit of extra blue because it's already finished. I take again a little bit of my baby powder. I mix them together, okay? And I keep on going. Okay, so this is just the first layer. Look, we already see that this is a glossy car. Ciao El Vasco. Gracias. Look, now this is only the first layer. I did not spray fix yet. I did not do the wheel, but we're gonna do it. Don't worry, we have time. I still have 15 more minutes. So in 15 more minutes, we have to finish. So first of all, let's spray fix, all right? All right, good. Now I let it dry. It has to dry, unless I risk to make a big mess. Let's wait. Meanwhile, let's put some cut lines. For example, you see the hood, the bumper. Now let's put also our door. Let's say that it's like that. Okay, so we got our cut line. Now we have to make the second layer. And this time I had to be a little bit darker. Okay? Hey, much, much better, huh? Shiny, shiny. It's shiny. Now let's do the front. So, here. Nice. You see, there is a spot, a warm spot in the back. A little bit of yellow. This car is got its party in California somewhere. You see, with the color pencils, then you can play with all those little things. All right, now let's make here. All right. You see, I'm creating now the dark and light so that we have a little bit of. And then there's another thing I want to do. It's here. You know, because the pneumatic, it's not white. There's sort of reflection, light. Okay, last one here. last time spray fix. Then I will take my white. Okay, so I'll take my white and let's go with the highlights and stuff. So I get my Prismacolor white, which is very nice, especially on fixative. On fixative, this one is really nice because it has a very nice grip. So first of all, line quality. Let's make those lines a little bit darker. I need that. You see? Nice. Let's do it here too. Let's do it here too. And here too. Line quality. Lakshman, that's for you too. Line quality. Don't forget, my friend. All right, so now that we have this, so far so good. Okay, so now let me do the front grille. Front grille. Let's do it. Okay, now gouache. You're almost finished. So highlights, don't forget focal point. Focal point, it's gonna be here, in this area. So I'm not gonna exaggerate with those, okay? Focal point, it's here. As you can see, I always try to make them elliptical and never like a round dot. So, this is the chrome part. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, maybe my internet. Let me refresh. Okay, guys, I don't know if you can see it. I think I have my computer, it is kind of blocked. So tell me if you can see it. There is a problem of connection.